So if you're watching this video, then please say hello to us as well as share this video on your Facebook profile and tag us so other people can benefit from this workshop. In today's live, I want to talk about overcoming fatigue, fear, and mental fog. So we're gonna talk about the mind management lesson. So it's a mind management workshop, and I think it's really gonna benefit you. It's something that I learned from one of my coaches that I have been working with for a long time. So this is what I'm going to teach you today. So first of all, I want to make a quick announcement that we became international bestsellers. We were invited to contribute to write in this book. And this book, it's called Girl on Fire. And you can see my sister and I here, we were featured in this book. It became an international bestseller. So this book is highlights different stories of successful women in different businesses, including health. And you can get this book from Amazon. If you want to purchase it off of Amazon, we're gonna put the link below where you can buy directly from Amazon. Okay? So and it just became an international bestsellers. We were invited to contribute to this book. So a publisher reached out to us and they thought that we would be a great addition to this book. So you can actually buy it on Amazon and read a story. And so, for example, some of the stories are like practicing what you preach. However, they did put a wrong website because our website is autoimmune cellular healing or viktoriyaandoksana.com. But if you read publication here or an article, they put a wrong website by mistake. So let me see. We didn't have a chance to really proofread it to make that correction, but I think we are on page. So you can see, are you healing or masking your chronic illness? We're on page 193, Oksana and Victoria. So if you go to page 193, it has really great stories, inspiring stories that you can buy. I think you can buy it on Kindle or hardcover. And they sent us a hardcover. You can see this is our chapter. And so it's an interview style. And also, of course, they link the wrong website, but you can learn more about us by going to viktoriyaandoksana.com. So this is really exciting news because this is the first time we became international bestsellers, and you can check out this book on Amazon. And another thing I want to share with you before we go into the presentation of this session is that we are doing a live virtual event on Zoom next week. You can sign up for that event next week by commenting workshop, and we'll send you a link in the messenger as soon as it becomes available later this week. So, but you can comment now, and then everybody who comments under this video, if you want to join us live on Zoom where you can ask us questions, it's going to be a Zoom style workshop. And we'll send it to you in the messenger once the link is ready. But make sure that you check your messenger because it can go into the request folder. So if you don't receive the message, we do respond to you under the comment section, and then we'll send it to you. So let me check my sound, making sure my sound is good and it's working. Hi, Mike. Good to see you. Actually, yeah, so I don't know if yeah, so we are live. Okay, great. So these are two announcements. We're doing a live workshop on Zoom. So this is opportunity to really connect with me one-on-one. It's going to be a topic on either autoimmune disease, or we're going to talk about the common supplements we've seen a clients overdose. And it's going to be about a 30-minute class followed by Q&A, but it's going to be quick. So, and we're going to give you a free resource for those who sign up to that live workshop. It's going to be next week, most likely on Saturday nighttime around this time. And so today we're diving deep into something that affects every single one of us, how to master your mind, not just understand it, but actually reprogram it for success. So I want you to think about the last time you felt stuck or anxious or just completely burned out. And that really, the frustration that you felt. So that's what happens when a mental software is not running properly. And over the next 20 minutes, we are going to break this down into three powerful sections, give you real tools you can use today and leave you with actions that will actually move the needle in your life. So the first thing is, let's understand the crucial difference between your brain and your mind. And this is a fundamental difference between your brain and your mind, because most people get that completely wrong. Your brain is a physical hardware where 3 pounds, it has 3 pounds of tissue, neurons, and chemicals. It's like the most advanced computer. But your mind, that's a software running on that hardware. It's how you interpret, assign meaning, and make decisions based on all that raw data your brain collects. And one of the classes we teach in a program is how to improve your brain function and memory. We go into the science behind it, nutrition, and how to not only reverse early onset brain degeneration, but we do talk about how inflammation in your body converts to inflammation in the brain. That's why people experience brain fog, memory loss, or different type of issues. So if you want to get access to our classes, you do have to work with us one-on-one. You get access to all the education, but some of these classes we may be selling for just a few dollars if you want to learn this on your own. So make sure that you sign up to a newsletter to get notifications. So this is why it matters. When your computer crashes, you don't throw it out and you buy new hardware. You troubleshoot the software. But when we struggle mentally, we keep trying to fix the hardware with pills or supplements, or just pushing through exhaustion. That's like trying to fix a software bug by smashing your keyboard. So let me give you an example. Imagine two people experience the same health struggle. One person says, this proves that I'm a failure, and gives up. The other person says, interesting situation, what can I learn from this? And it's the same event, completely different outcomes based on the mental software. So remember, we talked about that the software is your mind. So this is where true transformation begins, not by changing what happens to us, but by upgrading how we process it. And that's really important. And it makes a difference between people who succeed versus people who fail. And why do we misinterpret failure? Now we understand the brain-mind distinction. Let's talk about a mental software where it actually goes wrong, especially when it comes to failure. From childhood, we are programmed with dangerous equations that if we fail, it means bad. And failure, it means you're not good enough. But here's what the research shows. The programming is literally killing people's potential and even their health. So studies tracking mortality rates show that despite incredible medical advances, people are actually dying younger because of lost hope. When we interpret setbacks as permanent personal flaws rather than temporal data points, as entire system shuts down. It's like wearing sunglasses that turn sunlight into darkness. You're blocking the very nutrients you need to grow. And here's how this shows up in real life. Let's say, for example, you pay for a functional doctor to help you with your health and it doesn't really help you, or maybe you get worse. The hardware, your brain registers this as a data, but your mental software interprets it as nothing works for me, or I should just give up. Or maybe you start thinking, my body is special, nothing works for me. So see this disconnect? This event is not really the problem. The meaning you assign to it is a problem. And the good news, meaning can be reprogrammed. That's one of the things we do in a program, because people are so programmed in the mindset of illness. Every single day, you're reading things of people dying. And we're going to talk about one of our clients who was in a Facebook group, and everybody was talking about what kind of wheelchair they're going to buy once they become disabled from multiple sclerosis. And my sister going to share with you this link where clients talks about it. And so if every day you keep reading how things are only going to decline for you, that's going to become your reality. And in a program, we give our clients assignments where they can reprogram their thinking and also be in an environment where people are actually recovering versus getting worse. So the practical part, the 3-step reprogramming process, is how do we actually upgrade the mental software. I'm going to give you 3 powerful steps that work together to create real change. Step number 1 is reset your baseline by eliminating fatigue. This isn't just about sleep, it's about mental exhaustion. So when you're fatigued, small problems feel like crisis. You know you are there when resting feel guilty. So you know you are fatigued when you feel bad about resting. So when was the last time you felt bad, especially as a woman, as a mother, when you take care of everybody else, when was the last time you felt bad that you need to take rest? It means that you have been fatigued for a long time. So taking rest and investing into your health and self-development, if you feel guilty about that, it means that you've been fatigued. So that's called mental exhaustion. So a mind can learn new patterns when it's running and empty. In a program, we teach our clients how to eliminate biological fatigue and mental fatigue. There are lots of lessons and classes that we teach based on the decade of experience, helping people eliminate inflammation and pain and hormonal issues. So in fact, a new class I taught this Friday, yesterday, I had a new class with our clients in a program what our body actually thrives on. And I address major nutritional mythologies and explain how different diets claim to have benefits and what actually works long term. So if you want to join our next classes, then you can go to our website and book a consultation with us, okay? So that's why step number one, you need to reset your baseline by eliminating fatigue, whether it's coming through the things that you are listening to or through nutrition. So that's why step two is clean your inputs. Whatever we consume physically affects us mentally. Same with media. Toxic input creates toxic thinking. So what are you consuming right now that's causing you to have fatigue? Through food? That's really number one, because a lot of people we work with, the first thing they notice is that energy increases. And they've had chronic fatigue, which can be related to not getting the right nutrients in the body. So what's causing you to fatigue through nutrition or through the media? Oftentimes people don't even know what it is when it comes to food. And if you continue putting things in your body that are causing you to feel poorly, nothing will change until you try something different. So if you continue to consume negative news every day, you will start thinking in a negative way all day long. And so most important step is to disconnect from negativity to reset. So clean your inputs through nutrition as well as mentally. It comes back to people always, read negative things online. It just actually shows up on a timeline. And the best thing you can do is if you continue seeing negative things on Facebook or Instagram, you just block that account. Because if you engage with it, it's gonna continue feeding you. And then you will notice that you will become chronically negative. And of course, what is that you're consuming that causing fatigue as well? Number three is rewrite your core commands. Your brain believes what you repeat. If you keep saying that you are sick, you feel failure. If nothing works for you because somehow your body is different, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. But when you change the commands and you ask yourself a question, what is this teaching me? How is this preparing me? You change the output. This isn't positive thinking, it's accurate thinking. And failure is not about you, it's data for your next move. So that's why 3 steps that you can implement is reset your baseline by eliminating fatigue. Again, think about mental exhaustion. Maybe you need to take rest. And then clean your inputs. What are you consuming, either through food or through the media? And then revise your core beliefs. What is it you kept telling to yourself, and is it really serving you? And here's your challenge for this week. Take one real break for yourself and just take break, whether it is, don't work on the weekend, don't clean your house. A lot of people think that they have to constantly be busy. So take a break and don't feel guilty about it. If you feel guilty about it, it means you've already been fatigued. And clean one input in your life, whether it's your diet or the things that you've been consuming, and as well as, of course, lack of sleep, and rewrite one fear thought into curiosity. So what is that fear thought that you've been having that's been limiting you? And the common one that we see with clients is that, fear of failure. I think that's the biggest one, because people are so afraid of failure that they just don't do anything. Because failure is part of the process. You cannot succeed in anything in life without going through failure. And it doesn't matter how many times you go through failure, the only time you actually fail is if you quit. So if you just give up and quit, you already failed. But if you continue using failure as a learning lesson and to do better next time, then you will eventually succeed. And when it comes to disease reversal, it's not easy because people have struggles. They can feel great for a few weeks, but then something needs to be adjusted. Like, for example, we had a client who was doing amazing for 12 weeks. She had so many symptoms. She couldn't urinate. She had a lot of fatigue. She had blurred vision. A lot of her symptoms improved in just 12 weeks of us working together. And then all of a sudden she got COVID, and her doctor told her that your diarrhea is caused by your nutrition. But that's not possible because she did not have diarrhea for 12 weeks. And we helped her understand that the reason why she's having diarrhea is because of COVID. As soon as she was able to recover from it, her diarrhea stopped. So you have to see how people often make wrong conclusions. They assume that they have any symptom, that something's missing. They're deficient in something. But if you're making wrong assumptions, it's going to lead you to take wrong action, which is going to set you on the wrong path. So one thing we always recommend our clients is if you're struggling, you have to book appointment with us to help us problem solve and figure out what we either need to adjust for you, or maybe figure out, how we can make changes, or what's been causing your symptoms you might not be aware of. Okay, so it might not even have anything to do with your nutrition. So we do ask a couple questions and then help you figure out what we can do. So just recently, one of our clients reached out, but she had a tick bite. Let's see. So we're back online. Am I still streaming? Okay, great. I'm still streaming, but they probably going to be a delay. So this is all I wanted to talk with you today. And we got disconnected because Zoom just got disconnected, but we're back live. We should be back live right now. And so this was the topic for today. Just a quick reminder, make sure that you get a copy of a book. I don't know if they sell it on Kindle. Again, we're not selling this book. This is a book that we were invited to contribute our article, and the book became international bestseller. But if you buy this book, we're not getting any commission from it. Okay, but I think they sell it on Kindle. I think that's a great book, and I think it's just a few couple of dollars, but you can read a story and just support us, as well as support the author who generously invited us to contribute to this article, and they have done all the work to make it become an international bestseller. And also, another thing you can do, or the other publishing company, which is a Motivation Success Publishing. Another thing that I wanted to remind you is we're gonna be featured on the upcoming Breakthrough TV show. It's a documentary where there's gonna be a lot of successful women empowered, and we're gonna have our own episode where we talk about how we're changing lives for people with chronic diseases and teaching them how to increase quality years of their life and longevity. So that episode is going to be airing soon, at either at the end of the year on major streaming platforms, and we're going to be announcing it on here as well. Another thing is we're going to be doing live workshop on Zoom where you can join live and ask questions, most likely next Saturday at around this time. And everybody who signs up, you can comment under this video workshop, and we'll send you the link where you can register once that link is available. So it's not going to be available right now. Just it take us a few days to make it available. Okay. And also read about our client Evelyn, who for 5 years she was inside different autoimmune groups, and it was very depressing because every person was asking for the type of wheelchair they need to get. Most people inside free Facebook groups giving each other wrong advice, which makes them more confused and depressed because they continue getting worse. Rather than focusing on that, follow us and see how our clients are recovering and getting better, as well as reach out to us to get your help. Okay. Hi Faith, hi Don, good to see you. I would like to get the link to the class. We'll send it to you once it's available. So just give me a day or two to make that link available where you can join live on Zoom and ask us questions. And thanks everyone for joining. I hope you have a great weekend. And hi, Mike. Hi, Sherry. Good to see you. Hi, Gino. Good to see you as well. And then we'll see you next time.